how small the world is, and goodness knows how much smaller it appears to be getting. And nowhere is it, of course, better exemplified than in the many platters of the world. Take, say, Mexican food and what we know about it. They have tortillas, we have chapatis, they have refried beans, we have rajma. They love their empanadas, we swear by our samosas. They love, well, now that I think about it, for most of us, that's pretty much where the similarities would end. But here's the thing. It turns out that Latin food in its many avatars has actually far more in common with the Desi diet than I at least would have allowed for. So today what we're focusing on is in fact how beautifully a Latin-Indo love affair can play out on a plate, and also how far back the connect actually goes. But for that we need a little help first. Rohini Day of the New York and Chicago-based Vermilion is someone who has been enjoying and sharing the benefits of this particular mix. More today, she's showing me how it all breaks down. So now what is it that you're doing? What is your goal, so to speak? To prove that the world is a smaller place than we know?
To prove that Indian cuisine is second to none. We do Indian food with a Latin twist, a melding of the two. And it plays a lot on the similarity of the two cuisines.
Right.
You'll see it in the spice places, you'll see it in the shops.
Yeah.
And we also just play on a very provocative melding. Take street food from India, add a Latin element to it, or vice versa.
Why are we here? Why are we here sort of at Crawford Market?
I think it's probably important to understand that the reason why the West was even discovered was because of India. All our spices, right?
Yeah.
It set a sail 1,000 ships from Spain, from Portugal, from Italy.
Right.
And I want to point out some of the spices that are used in both continents across the globe that we utilize in our cuisines.
Okay, good. So I'm looking, you're going to be showing us some examples today, right?
I'd love to.
So yes, it's on to Crawford Market we go. This is where we'll be shopping for many of the flavors that will be making it to the table later. And there is much to pick up. Vegetables, fruit, dried fruit.
Mango too is a big crossover.
Yeah?
Yeah. And we use it a lot, from desserts to mango salsas. Wow, this I'm going to buy. Pani Puri Margarita. Spike it with tamarind water.
Yep, absolutely.
Or our blackened tamarind chili ribs.
Yep.
Braised in tamarind for almost over a day. Melts off the bones.
So I guess we're starting our stash. We're picking up things that we're going to utilize later. So let's get the shopping going. But of course, the real fun began when we stumbled across this spice center. First of all, it's a delightful throwback. Just look at those jars. Secondly, and lest we forget, it's with this and for this that it all began in the first place.
We had the Portuguese on our shores for 450 years, right? Right from Goa to the tip of Cochin, in fact the entire Malabar coast. There is Latin Indian fusion on our shores. Apart from that, all of the northern part of South America, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, saturated with Indians, well over 40 to 50% of the population base. But more, what we play on is the flow of the Moors and the Arabic influence across from India to Spain to Latin America. So all our northern Indian cuisine, the Mughal cuisine, comes from Arabic and Persian influences, right?
Yep.
This very influence was taken to Spain through the Moors. The Moors were in Spain, the eastern part of Spain, for 7 centuries. If you've been to the Alhambra of Valencia, the home of paella, which we'll be trying out later today, and paella is nothing but a take on or a variation of our pulao.
Right. So did they export theirs here, or we exported ours there?
It came from them to India and went through the entire Middle East to Spain, and from Spain to all of Latin America.
That said, for the moment it seems like the only spice route Rohini is interested is the one that takes her to every corner of this store. If there's a jar there, it's worth examining.
Kasuri methi thoda sa milega. So
the smell just never gets old. It doesn't matter.
Bay leaves.
Yeah.
Used extensively.
Yeah.
बहुत ही अच्छा.
Turns out we've hit the jackpot and hopefully that bodes very well for my feast ahead.
Thank you. Bye.
And of course, that's just the beginning. Crawford Market has many, too many some might say, corners to explore, and so we thought it best to keep it simple.
So, parsley. Not so popular in Indian cooking, I would say, right? Heavily used though in Latin. Cilantro is a big crossover. Dhania.
So peppers we're grabbing?
Let's do that.
Red peppers, no?
Yeah, red peppers too. And let's take some tomato. This is for our paella.
Alright.
Okay.
And then amidst the vast stretch of vegetable vendors, something perfectly in tune with our theme for the day.
See, tortilla chips, nachos over here.
This is the side. Maybe we should grab a pack of these.
Let's do it. We can garnish something with it. Absolutely.
Right? Or we can see what...
We can do the ceviche with this. You have ceviche with nachos all the time.
Yeah.
The masala one?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Aren't we doing a chimichurri?
Yeah,
so this is perfect with that. Yeah,
it seems appropriate that looking for vegetables we stumbled across this.
Yes.
And with that, it was time to head off to fuel ourselves up before we got down to the day's cooking. But on our way out, a little something caught our eye.
Perfect. I'm going to abstain from the yummy berry. And this is perfect. Let's spike our pani puri with this.
Or just like cool ourselves down with a big long
And I'm a sucker for imli anyway.
I hear you. And thanks to that, we now had pani puri on our minds. So the next stop was the obvious one. Yes, for those missing the taste of home, there is little more satisfying than this.
This is God's gift to mankind, that's one.
Yeah.
Second, it's the perfect bite. Think about it, captures every flavor and texture under the sun in one bite, right? Crunchy, mushy, liquid, solid, sweet, tangy, sour, chili, the gamut, one bite.
I know, it's amazing.
And now have it spiked with the tequila. I've eaten in 4 restaurants since I stepped into Bombay. It's been a day and a half. This is hands down the best thing ever.
100%.
Hands down.
Cheers.
Cheers.
But there was another parallel that Rohini wished to draw, and so we next headed to Jafar Bhai's. Yes, this is a place with a vast repertoire, but her first priority was clear. She wanted some meaty, hearty, good old-fashioned greasy biryani. That's very good biryani.
Yeah, really is.
No? This was followed up with the vegetable pulao because both of these make the perfect illustration of the nexus that Rohini's focused on. How did you get into sort of Latin?
Why the Latin?
Like, how did it happen? Was it organic or?
I've traveled a lot in Latin America. One, the similarities are stark.
Yeah.
Just based on what we saw a little bit around marketplaces and ingredients, rice.
Right.
Cultures are also incredibly, they're huge parallels. The way we eat, how important food is to us, right? Our gifts, our religions, our social life.
Hospitality.
Sheer indulgence, hospitality revolves around food, right? Late night dining, festivities.
Afternoon siestas.
Yes, hot-blooded, the color red. The historical cross flows we spoke about a little bit. Apart from the common ingredients, the cross influences, the thing that makes for a provocative mix, it's just much more interesting.
Right, well, we're now going to find out how all of that gets translated, have some sense of it. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, Rohini is cooking up a storm, right?
And we're going to do it together, right?
Yes, certainly. 100%.